1960s in the NBA. Boston Celtics dynasty, all attention on Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. A bit later, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar joined the party. But there was one man who quietly averaged 16 points and 18 rebounds, playing alongside Wilt Chamberlain. Hello everyone, I'm Purple Prince, and today I will talk about the forgotten great center of the 60s and 70s, sometimes a forgotten legend amongst legends, Nate Thurmond. Nate Thurmond had a great college career. In 3 years at Bowling Green State University, Nate Thurmond averaged 17.8 points and 16.6 rebounds. San Francisco Warriors acknowledged his talent, and he was drafted with the 3rd pick in the 1963 NBA draft. At 6'11" inches tall, Thurmond was a natural center, but was forced to play as a power forward because the Warriors already had a pretty good center in Wilt Chamberlain. In his rookie season, Nate the Great averaged 7 points and 10.4 rebounds. He did that in just 25.9 minutes per game. When his playing time increased, the production skyrocketed. Only in his second season, Nate Thurmond averaged 16.5 points and 18.1 rebounds. All that while playing alongside the most dominating big man ever in Wilt Chamberlain, who averaged a cool 38.9 points and 23.5 rebounds. So just imagine a front court that averaged 55.4 points and 41.6 rebounds. I'd say it's pretty damn good. Encouraged by the progress Nate Thurmond made, the San Francisco Warriors made a bold move. They traded their superstar Wilt Chamberlain to Philadelphia 76ers, leaving the center spot open. On the way, Nate the Great set some NBA records, like the most rebounds in one quarter, with 18 against the Baltimore Bullets on February 28, 1965, beating the previous record of 17 rebounds, achieved by two of the best big men this game has ever seen, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. As great as Thurmond was, the effect of losing Chamberlain was real. Warriors won only 17 games in the regular season, and had the worst record in the league. Fortunately for the organization, Rick Barry joined the team, and they got better next season with 35 wins, but still missed the playoffs. But by 1966-67 season, the Warriors were once again contenders. Thurmond was averaging 18.7 points and 21.3 rebounds. Rick Barry led the league in scoring with 35.6 points per game, and 6 more players averaged double-digit points. This was a team now that went all the way to the NBA Finals. Nate Thurmond was facing off with his former teammate Wilt Chamberlain. Nate Thurmond was awesome, averaging 14.2 points and 26.7 rebounds, but Wilt was still better, with averages of 17.7 points and 28.5 rebounds. Philadelphia won the series 4-2 and raised the NBA championship trophy. For the next 4 years, the Warriors would have 4 mediocre seasons. Nate Thurmond would still be balling and having his best statistical seasons, peaking at 22 rebounds and 21.9 points on separate seasons. On the way, Nate Thurmond would make a couple of All-Star games, make the NBA All-Defensive First Team a couple of times, and regularly be one of the best rebounders in the league, usually trailing only Wilt Chamberlain. For the 1971-72 season, the franchise was renamed as the Golden State Warriors. In a way, the team responded to the change, compiling a 51-31 record for the season. Thurmond was still good, averaging 21.4 points and 16.1 rebounds. In the playoffs, however, the Warriors met a young Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and lost in 5 games in the conference semifinals. With the age and miles on his body, Thurmond's production started to take a dip. The 1972-73 NBA season for him was still good. Statistically, with averages of 17.1 points and 17.1 rebounds, he was still one of the best big men in the league. But in his last season as a Warrior, Thurmond's scoring dropped to only 13 points and 14.2 rebounds. Seeing how Thurmond is starting to show his age, the Warriors traded Nate Thurmond to the Chicago Bulls, ending his fantastic 11-year run as a Warrior. It's sad, but in their first year without Nate Thurmond, the Golden State Warriors won an NBA championship. The debut in Chicago was more than anyone could hope for. On his first night as a Bull on October 8, 1974, Nate Thurmond posted the first quadruple-double in NBA history, scoring 22 points, grabbing 14 rebounds, dishing 13 assists, and blocking 12 shots. The rest of the season in Chicago wasn't as impressive. Thurmond's production dipped even further. Thurmond even got benched, and for the season and 34.5 minutes per game, he averaged only 7.9 points and 11.3 rebounds. Just 13 games in the 1975-76 season, the Bulls would trade Nate Thurmond for the last time in his career, this time to the Cleveland Cavaliers. His last 2 seasons in Cleveland wouldn't show the amazing athleticism and production he once could offer. Thurmond would play only around 20 minutes per game, averaging around 5 points and 5 rebounds. After the 1976-77 season, Nate Thurmond retired. His accomplishments? A 7-time All-Star, 5-time NBA All-Defensive first or second team, and his jersey was retired in Golden State and Cleveland. For his career, Nate Thurmond played in 964 games, averaging 37.2 minutes per game, scoring 15 points and grabbing 15 rebounds. Nate the Great Thurmond was one of the NBA's best centers during the era of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. He wasn't the flashy scorer like Kareem or Wilt, but he for sure was one of the best centers of the 60s, along with the names we usually say ahead of him. Thanks for watching, guys. Where would you rank Nate Thurmond amongst the top NBA centers of all time? Do you think a frontcourt duo of Thurmond and Chamberlain would have worked? Whatever your thought is, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the subject, like how I talk, or just want to brighten up my day, please leave a like and share this video with your friends. As well, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that bell button so you don't miss any videos in the future. Did it? Thanks. This was Purple Prince, and I'm out.
What the fuck, ayy? What the fuck, ayy? What the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, ayy?